Rudy from Alpha Investments is quite the character. Maybe you love him or maybe you hate him, but one thing's for sure, he can move Magic the Gathering prices with a single video. The amount of influence this one man has over a multi-million-dollar industry is truly terrifying. We'll dive into exactly how and why he can manipulate the MTG market, and more importantly, how you and I can profit from it. Throne of Eldraine is an iconic set that was fun and flavorful and maybe just a tad overpowered. The set was wildly successful, so much so that we're returning to Eldraine next year with Wilds of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine sealed boxes have done really well as an investment. If you got your boxes towards the end of their print run, which was early 2020 for $80 to $90 at the time, something that was actually possible back then, you've watched these climb to $130 in 2 years. That's a 45 to 63% return depending on your cost basis. That's absolutely insane for 2 years. These boxes hit 130 in early 2022, and they really just sat there not doing anything for several months until July rolled around and we saw them start to uptick even more, and they climbed another $15 up to $145 by mid-August. While the numbers and percentages are really strong for a Magic box their first couple years out of print, the actual behavior here is nothing out of the norm, where it stays flat for a little while, then sudden sharp upticks, then flat, nothing doing, and then uptick again. Pretty normal behavior in the sealed Magic market. These prices climbed for 4 to 5 weeks during the summer, and then they settled and stayed flat for a week or two. Now enter Rudy from Alpha Investments, who makes a video claiming that Throne of Eldraine booster boxes should be $1,000 a box.
Throne of Eldraine should be priced about $300 to $400, in my opinion. In the next couple of years, when we have the next wave in the market, it'll probably hit that maybe $300 to $500 range. But in a 10-15 year time frame, when you overlap the same amount of time, yes, Throne of Eldraine could easily be a $1,000 box.
Rudy posted this video on September 1st, 2022. Prices immediately started climbing another $35, bringing the price all the way up to $180. So at the start of July, you could get these boxes for $130, and now you can get them for $180 by the time September ends. Is this a sign that the whole Magic the Gathering sealed market is just full of lemmings in one giant bubble waiting to pop? Yes and no. Let me explain. We actually see very similar behavior to this every single day on Wall Street. You have crazy characters like Elon Musk who can tweet game stonks and cause millions of dollars to move. You also have intelligent investors like Warren Buffett who quietly and confidently go and buy into companies, which then cause tons of other people to go and buy those same stocks.
Good morning. Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Go ahead and order whenever you're ready.
I'll have a sausage McMuffin with egg and cheese.
Some of Wall Street's leaders are long-term value investors, while others are day traders. Regardless of the strategies or principles at play here, there are certain individuals who have a really large influence on what other people in the market do. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. One person might find a stock that's actually underpriced and they move in, causing the price to go up, and then others follow suit and cause the price to go up even more until it settles to closer to what the value of the stock actually is. Remember, price and value are not the same, and when they get too far away from each other, a rebalancing act occurs, causing them to be more closely aligned. One of the biggest differences between this happening on Wall Street with company stocks versus with Rudy and Magic products is that stocks are a productive asset, meaning they create real economic value. For example, a stock of McDonald's is ownership in a company that creates food that people eat and enjoy. Magic is a non-productive asset, meaning its value only exists because another person is willing to buy this product. So when Warren Buffett thinks a company is underpriced, there are complex formulas and data that can be used to determine the value of the company. When Rudy thinks a Throne of Eldraine booster box is underpriced, the only thing that makes that true is if there's another person out there willing to buy that box at a higher price. I have another video in the pipeline that's going to dive deeper into this subject, so to make sure you catch that video, subscribe right now and join the Wolfpack. Now, maybe Rudy is right. Maybe even after the July spike price, $145 was still too low for a box of Throne. After all, the product came out 3 years ago, it was extremely powerful and iconic and infamous, and we are returning to Eldraine next year. Plus, don't forget that inflation is real and it is rampant everywhere. But it takes a whole market to decide the price of a product, especially a non-productive asset like Magic the Gathering. So if everyone's actually just copying one person, then in reality, only that one person is determining the price of the product while everyone else just blindly follows. This is an important reminder that while there is a lot of potential to make a lot of money long-term in the Magic the Gathering investment world, it is a very risky world. Now, does Rudy actually benefit from all this? Absolutely. The dude's sitting on a full pallet of Throne of Eldraine.
I have about like 804 or 800 or 690 or 790. I gotta look it up. Whatever our pallet was back then.
If he's sitting on 800 boxes of Throne and the price goes up $35, yeah, he just made 28 grand. I'd say that's a big deal. But I'm not here to drag him through the mud, really just to observe what's happening and try to teach about his powerful influence on the market. How can you profit from all this? Watching other people make money is cool and all, but it's way more fun to watch yourself make money. You gotta get in the game. You can't just be sitting on the sidelines. You're never gonna profit from that. You've gotta learn as much as you can and start investing. You gotta take action. Now, maybe Magic the Gathering is too risky of an asset class for you, and that's totally reasonable. But you can still watch this market and learn from it and take that knowledge and wisdom to become a better investor, and then go take action in more traditional asset classes like stocks, bonds, and real estate. If you can learn how to enter a market and stay in it the long term, riding both the ups and the downs, over time you have a really good chance of making money and watching your wealth increase. Unfortunately, a lot of people make the mistake of entering a market before they're ready, causing them to lose a ton of money. To make sure you don't make this same big mistake, check out this video right now.